But yesterday or the day before, I forget when. What is today? Monday, Tuesday. Maybe it was last week. I got into a semi-argument with Josh about tipping. And I mentioned that I tipped the guy at the or the lady at the counter at the movies.
Yeah, it's too much. You don't need to do that.
And you used to work at a movie theater.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, they make a salary. They make a wage. They don't need to be tipped. This over-tipping is causing trouble. People are going to expect it.
It's starting to backfire, too. Yeah.
Okay, well,
how is it? I don't get the trouble of tipping, though.
People expect it.
Yeah, they're gonna now. We're all gonna have to start tipping at the concession stand. Huh. I went to the movies yesterday, and I you know how much a regular soda is now? And I never thought I'd be this old guy complaining about concession prices because we all know they're expensive,
right?
But I almost said never mind. It was $7.19.
What?
And not for a large, for a regular soda.
Oh my!
And it's like, okay, I'm blessed enough to be able to get this if I really want it, but. What about a family of 6? This is insane.
100%.
And so you lunatics are throwing extra money on top of that?
He's right.
Well, I should have gone back and taken the tip back because the air conditioning wasn't working in the theater.
Yeah, and let's also be honest. When I was working in the concession stand, you were served pretty well. Let's look at the average concessionaire today.
Well, this kid had done a really good job, so I slipped him $5.
But usually, though, it's the kid who's got one AirPod in, and then his buddy's the guy getting the popcorn, not even talking to each other.
When was the last time you heard a thank you?
This kid was doing a nice job. But so I get this letter here. My luggage was lost by the airline. They had it delivered to the hotel. Should I have tipped the guy? Since I'd been wearing the same underwear for 3 days.
Well, he provided a service, I guess. But, yeah, I would have given him $5. The guy that brought you your luggage? Sure.
But do you tip the guy that's delivering it from the airline?
No, you don't have to.
Well, I mean,
I guess I would.
He's probably a courier. He probably doesn't work for the airline.
Okay. I would think maybe the airline should weigh in going, hey, we took care of the...
Yeah, well.
Yeah, right.
Josh, but...
Do you ever go to the movie theater where there's like a QR code at your seat and they bring you the food? That kind of thing?
I don't like those at all.
You don't like those? Okay,
right.
But if you were to go to one of those, would you tip in that case?
Yes.
Because they're bringing...
It's like a server, yeah.
Right.
Totally got it.
Yeah.
So if it's the conventional movie theater stand where you just do everything, there's no service involved, you're not going to tip.
Right.
But if there is service, you would.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yes.
Just making sure.
You don't like the movies where they bring the burgers to your chair?
No, I can't stand it. I'm there to see a movie, not to try to dodge a waiter's head while I have to. It's too much. Too much.
I agree.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you, but my girls like that, so we
Have you decided not to ever go to another motion picture ever again in a public venue?
Please do as a
really
favor.
We would like you to do that, please.
Really looking forward to Oppenheimer.
I don't think you're going to like it.
I just saw the preview. The preview was great.
Okay.
Do you think it's going to be too slow?
I think it's going to be intense, and you're going to have to watch it. And two of the things that you really don't do well at.
So we'll see. I'm not going to
What about Mission Impossible?
I might go to that. I don't know.
You know what? I had trouble with Mission Impossible. Why are they putting part 1 on there? That really throws me. Just tell me what the movie is, and that's part 2. Call that part 2. But don't tell me that you're only seeing half of what we're thinking here. I don't like that. I don't like it right from the outset.
You like at the end of the movie when you think it's going to resolve?
I love to be continued, question mark, love that. Yes, I love that.
Okay, well, we'll find out. Yeah, I really enjoyed Top Gun. That was your typical popcorn-eating movie last year.
Yeah, that's a hell of a flick, isn't it?
It's fun. A lot of abs, a lot of sweat.
Well, at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy, one of the worst movies I've ever seen, it says, the Star-Lord will be back, or something like that right at the end.
Oh. Is this the Galaxy 3?
Yeah, the third one, whatever, yeah.
Yeah, I can't...
Which now is just, they've just strung fighting scenes and music that I'm very familiar with. They just string those together now for those movies.
Well, that's what I thought
all they do.
The Spider-Man thing was, just stringing together random scenes with these sort of empty speeches that sound important but say nothing.
If you're going to go see Mission Impossible, it comes out July 12th. I'm going to warn you now. It's 2 hours and 43 minutes.
Okay, that's it.
Wow, that's part 1.
Yeah. That's part one.
See, they should have just streamed it on Netflix and made it 15 episodes and a nice stream.
You know what the real bummer is, Chick, is when you go to the concession stand, they hand you half a popcorn and go, you'll get the second half next year.
I don't think I've ever eaten an entire portion of popcorn at the movie theater, but I always get the largest. I don't know why I do that.
Yeah, I just got a bucket that you could put a bowling ball in and then still have room to swirl it around.
Do you take it home?
No, God, no.
Oh.
No.
I
I don't know what the people at the movie theater are doing. That's what I'm the employee as far as I'm concerned when I get there. They hand you a cup
Yeah.
for your pop and a cup for your popcorn, and they pat you on the bottom, say, "Go get them, and give me money for those cups," and then you're off and on your way.
Yeah, it's different. It's changed.
There's nothing I'm.
You have to get your own popcorn?
Yeah, there's nothing I'm saving for.
Well, they're not even scooping. They're pre-scooping all the popcorn.
Oh, it's already.
So they hand you a
yeah.
bag.
The popcorn's been there.
And
since,
again, not at every
God knows.
theater, but at many of the big chains. And
Yeah.
you're right. I paid $7.19 yesterday for a soda I had to make.
Oh, no, it's the Coca-Cola Freestyle machine is so fun. Getting half cherry Coke with orange in it. I'm getting half Sprite with raspberry in it.
I'm a grown man. I'm not doing that.
Josh, I don't want to taste anything, just sugar. I don't want any flavor profile. I just want sugar juice, baby.
Sugar juice.
have a question.
What?
Why do they chain down the salt shaker?
Because of me, because I steal it. I go there and I steal it.
Let me tell you something. If the salt shaker's not chained, I'd take it into the theater.
Do you really?
Absolutely.
Oh, that must be why.
Absolutely.
They call those chains the chick chains, is what they call
know how
them.
much
We would find them in the.
Those salt shaker cost like 90 cents for 4,000 of them. And that's fine.
They've had that many stolen.
For $8 a drink and $12 for a popcorn, I'm stealing a salt
I'd say,
shaker. Okay.
boy, I was in the theater business for maybe 6-7 years, and I found at least 3 times I found the salt shaker in a half-filled popcorn
You
bag.
weren't in the theater business.
What do you mean?
You weren't in the theater business.
I moved my way up.
You worked at a movie theater.
You worked
I
at
eventually ran one for a while.
You're still not in the theater business.
You
make it
wouldn't
sound
call-
like you booked.
You wouldn't call running a movie theater in the movie theater business?
No.
That's interesting.
Did you know how to thread the?
Why is that interesting?
Was it still film when you were there?
Yeah.
Did you
I
have
could
to
run the
thread the?
Do you
could run
want
the
to?
projector?
If you work at a gas station and run the register, are you in the oil business?
No, but that's not what I said.
If you said-
If I was in the motion picture business,
Did you book the films? Did you book the?
I would at one point I would decide what times they were going to show.
That's power.
Did you ever play a movie just for yourself?
Yeah. You had to.
No, I mean after everybody left. Did you ever?
Yes. Yeah, we would do that. But they wanted you to do that because they wanted to make sure you spliced it all together correctly.
Wait, you have to splice them together?
Yeah.
So would you do that during the day?
Back in the
or
day,
would
yeah.
you do that at night?
At night, we would watch them, yeah.
You had to splice the what?
What?
I'm telling you, I was in the movie theater business.
You had to splice the movies
believe a
together.
damn
I'm
word.
You don't believe I spliced together?
I don't believe
They
a
would
damn
come in
word.
2 big
I do.
canisters.
Yeah.
Josh is a liar.
Two things. Josh is a
I
liar.
believe
I don't
him.
believe anything he's saying. And we needed one of these to get through this first hour. So go ahead.
Yeah, it was cool.
Now, are the movies now delivered primarily digitally?
Yes. Yeah.
So when you sent them back, did you have to de-splice them?
You did. You had to break them down. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be darned.
So
I
they
had
just,
no idea.
you get the movies in like, what are they, 15-minute increments or something, and you put them all together, and you got to put them in the right order?
Yeah, not quite. I mean, they're longer than 15 minutes, but yes.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually easier than it sounds. But it was.
Did you ever mess up and do first half of Toy Story, second half of Independence Day? Scare some kids.
That'd be something really. Yeah, no.
My cousin John worked at a movie theater, and after hours, he would go in with his Nintendo Switch, and then he would play Mario Kart with his buddies on the big movie theater.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
And that has to be the most fun thing in the world.
Yeah.
Did you ever, when you would go to another theater and you were watching a movie, did you look for the splice because you knew it was coming up?
I know, but you could see when it was bad.
Really?
Yeah. But I would look for things like, oh my gosh, they don't have the masking right, and which is the curtains.
You know what?
Yeah.
Maybe he was in the movie. He's in a whole different level of working at a theater.
I loved it. I loved it.
When you go to a movie these days, do you pick it based? Will you drive far away to get either better popcorn or There used to be a place that made the popcorn right there, and I would actually go in there, get the popcorn, and sometimes go to a different theater.
Oh, and sneak it in.
Yeah, the manager knew me, and I'd come in. I'm just getting popcorn.
Yeah,
and I would
sure.
sneak it into the other theater that had the movie I wanted to see, but had crappy popcorn.
They love when you come in and just buy popcorn and leave. That helps their per cap, as they
Don't
call
you
it.
love it when he says that he's super busy and has no time to do anything? And then he also says that sometimes he goes to one theater to buy popcorn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And goes to another theater to see the
They
movie.
don't but they don't do it anymore.
But that's what he's busy
What do you
with
mean they
doing.
don't do
Those
it
little
anymore?
things
That
like
theater doesn't do that. Make their own popcorn.
Oh, they don't
My
at all?
theater makes their own
Yeah,
popcorn.
many still do, but they...
Yeah.
Yeah, I just went to that one. The AC didn't work. Thank you.
Yeah. Boy, that's rough this time of year.
Yeah, check local listings. Wow, sure is hot in this movie.
Well, that's a switch. Usually it's so cold you have to bring a blanket.
Anyway, if you have any more questions about the the movie theater business.
What movie did you, let me ask you this. In the era in which you were a movie theater, how did he word it, Chick?
He's in the movie theater business.
In the era when you were in the movie theater business, what movie did you watch the most? Would you go back in and...
Just back in for a scene?
Yeah.
Disclosure, probably. Because I was, 16 or 17, and
Boobs?
a bunch of the ushers. If you, there were certain scenes in movies. If you look back, there'd be 6 ushers standing there.
Using the little flashlight wands to hide their erections.
And that was one of them?
Disclosure, yeah, because it was Demi Moore essentially having her way with Michael Douglas, and she was so hot in it.
Sure, 42 minutes, 17 seconds. Sure, yeah. It's a good one.
I don't even... What was that movie about? I don't even remember it.
Sexual harassment. Michael Douglas is Demi Moore essentially harasses Michael Douglas, and then he sues her, and they're like, "Yeah, right. You can't be harassed by a woman," that kind of thing. But it's hot. Yeah,
I can tell.
we all would have loved to
We
have been harassed.
may have to break early. Chick, our theater manager over here is having technical
The theater
issues.
mogul is over there.
They got mad when I spliced that scene 50 times in a row.
Josh, there's no plot, man. We can't show this. You have to understand.
Did you
Theater
ever?
flashbacks.
Were you ever at the theater all by yourself and watch a movie all by yourself?
Yeah.
Did you
I used to do
ever?
that a lot.
Don't even ask.
Oh no, I never had my way with
Come
myself.
on.
I never did that.
I thought you were going to ask me to take a
That's
date.
not what I was going to ask.
Good
Yes,
question,
you were.
Tom.
Yes,
Yeah, it
you
was.
were.
No,
right.
you know what? I bet that's happened, but I honestly never did
What
that.
question were you going to ask?
If he ever made a pizza or anything.
No, that's not.
All right, I'm a liar. So this all started with me, with Josh saying I shouldn't tip the guy at the movie theater.
Yeah.
But here's another thing that's interesting to me. A lot of the credit card machines now, you put you slide your own credit card in, and then it pops up and says, "Do you want to leave a tip?"
Right.
Which is fine. But I was talking to someone yesterday. I went to a Starbucks, and I was saying how clunky their app is. And to leave a tip, sometimes you have to go back to page 1, and there's this little tiny thing you have to. But I said, are you aware that when I leave you a nice tip, do you know it? She goes, no. They don't tell them which customers are tipping, and some of them have no idea how to even. I said, how do you tip on this? They don't even know.
Are they getting the money even?
Yeah, but they're not. If you're a good tipper, they have no idea. Now, when you see a tip jar, do you do the thing where you
Make sure they see you.
make like a little flourish, kind of like a jazz hand? Yeah, $5 bill.
I'm
Yeah.
a little more tipping you. Good person. Tipping you.
Do you know what I do?
What?
I do the folding. I always do this whenever I tip. I fold lengthwise,
Yeah.
like if you're like a valet or something.
Or like you're at a strip club, so they can pick it up with their butt cheeks.
What?
Oh, I've never been to. I'm into a strip club in forever. But
Yeah,
that's what you're supposed to do. at
Yeah,
strip
you kind
clubs.
of pyramid it half.
I thought this was something that
lengthways.
was classy. Now I feel like a loser.
Now people think you go to the strip club a lot.
So I should tell the valet parking guy, but you have to, by the way, according to the judge, you got to pick up
That with your
pick
butt?
up the 4 singles I just left you with your ass.
Whenever I tip, I wave a big $20 bill, and then they have no idea I'm just grabbing 1s and 5s out of the jar. They can't even see it. Watch one close-up magic video, and now I'm making a bunch of money.
Where did that come from? The guy tears the bill in half and gives him half, and you'll get the second half of
That's in a movie you don't like, The Apprenticeship of Duddy Kravitz. It's a great movie with Richard Dreyfuss.
Man.
Terrific movie.
All right.
They're at a family summer camp. Have you seen it, Josh?
Has anybody else seen
No, the problem with it is it probably is a good movie, but it can't be great because it's never on anything ever.
Good point.
If it were great, wouldn't it be on TNT once a week?
Someone out there defend me on this. Not only is it a great movie, it's based on the Mordecai Richler novel. It takes place primarily in Montreal. Randy Quaid is in it. He's terrific. Richard Dreyfuss. Jack
It sounds
Warden.
like to me they made that movie again, The Last Detail, and it was much better than that one. That's what the one people watch.
But there's a movie within the movie where they hire a guy. They hire this blacklisted director to make a film of a family event that is one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Oh, nice.
If you see it, you'll thank me.
I know I'd like to see it, but it's impossible.
Well, that may be
Because
some
the
legal
way
thing.
I can't watch it just on principle alone. I won't.
And yet you just cited one of the scenes. I'll tell you, Willie. The scene is they're at this family summer camp.
I'm already out. Earlier, you tried to sell me on this, and you said it was a book in Canada. I don't
know,
care,
right?
man. I'm way out.
All right, fine. Mordecai Richler, recognized as one of the great writers of the 20th century, but I forgot I'm in the illiteracy group.
And I'm the treasurer.
This is great. See, the guy
Just always like
with
to
great
act so
flourish,
much
this guy takes a $50 bill and says to the waiter, he rips it in half and goes, if you do a good job, you get the other half.
What a dick.
Yeah, that's a
No
real
joke.
dick
What a
move.
class move, though.
It's
because
a dick move.
Class move.
Classist
kidding?
move.
Class move.
Hey, listen, Trotsky. If you want the money, you're going to work for it, okay?
Hey,
I know
I
your little
think
socialist dream world where he's going to work hard just because he wants to be there for May Day.
If you're judging me based on my Das Kapital tattoo, I think that's unfair.